Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Tiga. With me, like always, is my holly jolly good friend Noah Bailey. It's the last one before Christmas. I gotta do something special.
Yeah.
and we did it. This is the last episode of 2018.
Mm.
So
Oof.
yeah, it was a good year for us.
Like cue the montage of past moments of the year.
Freaking out over Infinity War, like it's just
Oh my gosh. Like, oh, like, no, no, it has to be that way. Like, no, that's your number one. Get out. Go. Leave my chat room.
Hey, you're on my podcast. You're on my channel.
Like, first of all, let's get this one thing straight. This is mine.
Oh yeah, it was a good year, and I'm hoping next year's even better. But before we
Oh
get
yeah.
there, we have an entire podcast to get through. And first, I know we mentioned it pretty briefly at the end of the last video, but Blue Beetle has confirmed to have his own movie in the works. Also, apparently, Plastic Man is getting his own movie as well. Which
Mm,
Plastic Man is one of those heroes that like I feel works very well in an animated format, but I do not see it working in live action at all.
yeah, I'm a little nervous because like whenever I think of that, I think of like the Fantastic Four movies with like Mr. Fantastic and
Yeah.
those. Not that those were the only thing wrong with those movies, but I mean
Mm,
like those
it
the
didn't help.
animations that I never really seen, like CGI or
Yeah.
whatever they try to do, it just
Yeah. Like even the 2015 Fan Four Stick, I know again, that's not the only problem with these movies, but like that didn't
right,
look right.
right, and like
And
not really
especially
a
for
fan.
Plastic
Plus,
Man, who
again,
like part of his power, he can stretch, but he can also like kind of transform into like other like more of his body more like dramatically than just stretching. I
mhm,
just That's kind of the same
right.
mindset of like Martian Manhunter. I don't I just don't think that character can really work all that well in a live action format. I would be all for a Plastic Man, animated movie a la Into the Spider Verse or something like that. But no,
Mhm.
they're apparently doing it live action because that's what sells nowadays.
No,
Into the Spider Verse is looking really good, but
I mean, it's looking really good. I'm excited for that. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Again, Plastic Man definitely not the ideal one of the ideal choices I would go with right now. Like he's
mm,
not a bad character by any means, but I mean,
like I like
not
him.
the best way to go.
Just I Yeah, I don't know like
Yeah.
why did they all of a sudden randomly announce both Blue Beetle and Plastic Man like within like a week of each other? It just kind of seemed come out of nowhere. I I don't know.
Maybe to like, I don't know, maybe like a lot of noise with their new trailers. They're like, hey, we're
We're
two,
relevant too. We got
maybe.
Aquaman coming. Here's
I
some
don't
other
know.
DC stuff to pepper in there, I guess.
Aquaman. I don't know. I don't know. Aquaman. I don't know, man. Aquaman. It's like the thing. You're like, okay, maybe like you have hope. Maybe it won't be. It's like I
Maybe.
almost don't want to give in to the possibility and let that bag. And, like Black Manta looks kind of cool, like stuff like that. But it's also like before us. So I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I going into Batman versus Superman, I had every intention of it being at least decent. I thought it was good, at least have some cool action sequences. We got disappointed by that. So if I am to see Aquaman, I'm not going in there with any expectations at all.
I don't know. Do
Just be like, I
that.
hope it's at least
Don't
a
do that to
movie.
yourself.
Hope it's at least a movie, unlike Suicide Squad, which was not a movie.
It makes sense. I'll admit, knowing my friends, we're probably gonna end up seeing it over the course of break, just
They'll
because
take
we're
with
gonna
a
run
drug
out of
in
other
Venom.
movies to watch. Yeah.
Yeah,
So 'cause that's our thing. We always go see movies. We're like, oh, this is a new one. I'm like, okay.
I
But no,
guess.
I'm kind of excited because I don't know. The parts of it looked good, at least through the trailer. But then again, that's the trailer. So
It could
like the
easily
like
be a
rooftop
BVS
chase scene.
situation where they only show the good parts of the movie
Exactly.
in the trailer.
right, and the rest of it's kind of just boring. But
Yeah,
that's a possibility. But I mean, who knows?
yeah. I mean, like I've said before, I feel after Aquaman, after Shazam, if those movies are actually good, I will hear pitches for Blue Beetle, Plastic Man, Manhunter, whatever, like
Hmm.
other you know like B or C tier heroes. But like until then, I would prefer them to just either like stay quiet or just only announce bigger name superheroes to kind of try to get the fan base back after disappointment after disappointment. But we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of a company that needs to get the fan back after disappointment after disappointment, have you seen the Sonic movie poster?
Sonic movie poster. Oh
Google
boy,
it.
hang on.
It should be the picture you should see is like a silhouette of Sonic against a black background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh. Okay. From the producers of the Fast and the Furious, Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
which I
What?
mean they had
Okay.
two good movies and the rest of them have just kind of been eh. But
Yeah. It kind of just morphed into the same movie after a while. Like the first ones were kind of good, and then
mhm.
it kind of just changed into something totally different. It wasn't really about race. It just stopped being about racing, which kind of
Yeah.
lost the point.
Yeah.
So,
But like
but
my problem with the Sonic poster is that as I'm sure you can tell, Sonic looks a little too buff and just he's not proportioned like he's supposed to be. I get that you're making it for a live action movie, so there's gonna be some changes, but like why why change the overall design of Sonic? You can like modernize him a little bit. You can make him kind of more furry like they did for Detective Pikachu, but like
mm,
I, the thing about Sonic is that he has a big head, scrawny arms, lanky legs, like that. Just kind of that's his thing. Yet here it
mhm.
looks like his arms are long and buff, and his legs are equally as buff, and his head's proportionately sized. Like it just looks weird. And also apparently when this poster came out, there was also an interview with one of the producers, and they said the making the eyes were a big problem, and they weren't sure how Sonic fans are going to react to seeing Sonic's eyes for the first time, which worries me.
uh, that also worries me. That's a big part. Those look creepy. That can make or break the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like Sonic's eyes is basically one big pupil, just like with eyes in there, and that might not
Hmm.
necessarily translate over into CG live action, whatever. But like, it, I don't know when you're when you've already changed most of the other parts of Sonic. It's just kind of weird that you would also try to alter like the his face, which is like the most iconic part. But we'll see, I guess.
They're trying to put their own little spin or take, kind of because when people try to make movies and stuff, they try to put their own personal touches to it, and then maybe theirs went a little more to a personal shove and just like too much.
Yes,
But
and like
then
there's
again, it's still a silhouette.
yeah, it is a silhouette. Like there's we still need to see a trailer, and like it's not. I don't think the movie itself will necessarily be trash because it has some pretty big names attached to it. I think Jim Carrey is playing Dr. Eggman.
Hmm.
Paul Rudd is playing like the human partner character to Sonic. I don't remember who plays Sonic, but it's a kind of bigger name actor. Like there's there's some weight behind the cast. I don't really have. I'm not excited for the movie right now, especially even less so, especially after seeing that trailer, that poster. But we'll see.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, let's see what Disney is up to now. Well, if you saw our Avengers 4 trailer breakdown, now called Avengers Endgame, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description or card, wherever that is. You would know that we're pretty positive about it. Apparently, 289 million other people were also very positive about it because it broke the most views of any trailer watched in 24 hours with 289 million on all like across all platforms.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't
is
seem like it.
is the most watched
I don't know.
trailer of
Maybe it
all
was just
time
the way I
within
thought.
24 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Because like I remember when I first looked it up. Granted, I like looked at it like
Like as soon as it came out.
twice or three times throughout. Seemed to have like didn't seem to have that many views to it, at
It's
least in
not
my
just
opinion.
like
I
the
didn't
official
know.
trailer, it's like everywhere the trailer was produced, like everywhere on Facebook, Twitter,
Okay.
like YouTube, everywhere. And then just kind of
Okay.
conglomerate of all of that together is 289 million.
Altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So I
think
remember when like the Infinity War trailer, it had like 200 something
it was
million
240
on that one.
ish.
And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, something like that. I was like, dang. But yeah, I guess I mean, yeah, but I mean, everyone's been looking forward because they want to know what happened. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Because everyone, it left basically on a cliffhanger. Everyone dies, and that's just the end of the movie. And
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
kind of
So,
like, okay, where do we go from here? So people
like,
need answers.
fans were like ravenous to get this trailer. They were like
Oh yeah,
upset about Captain Marvel coming out, her trailer coming out first because it wasn't Avengers 4. It's like, really?
right.
Okay. Yeah, this just
I
proves
mean,
that.
they wanted to know.
Yeah, but like
You know, like
this
that's what I'm saying.
this proves that people clearly, want to see what comes next. Like
Mhm.
this trailer wasn't super action packed. It wasn't like it wasn't necessarily the trailer we necessarily wanted it to be going in, but it was definitely the trailer it needed to be given what happened in the end of
Right.
Infinity War.
Yeah, just to like find out, okay, where's everybody at? How's the world responding to this, or at least the Avengers? We don't see much of a perspective on like what the world is going
Mm-hmm.
through, which is something I feel like should be seen in the next trailer because
Yeah.
like it's not just half the Avengers. I mean, half the universe is gone, which
Mm-hmm.
means half of all the people in the world. The world just got lost 3.5 billion people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm.
I think of that. And probably like animals and stuff
I
too.
think Kevin Feige
Cows.
did confirm that like pretty much all life forms, period,
Yeah.
including pets and other animals and stuff, also got
Yeah.
have
Plants even maybe. Maybe that has something to do with
which
like food
which
shortage. I don't know.
which getting rid of
Theoretically.
plants doesn't help the resource situation because like ideally Thanos would want to cut the population in half in order to have resources for everyone. But if you also get rid of all the trees that produce fruit and whatnot, oh well, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea if that actually affects like plants and stuff. That might just be a thought. But I
Mm,
mean, theoretically it would, but then again, I don't
yeah,
know.
because like theoretically during the snap scene in Wakanda, you would have seen like trees in the background and whatnot also kind of disappearing too. But like
Hmm.
that didn't happen. Maybe they didn't
I hadn't really
consider
noticed.
that at the time. I don't know.
Yeah. But then again, maybe it was happening. We just didn't see it.
Yeah,
We were too busy watching, people we cared about
yeah,
die.
fair enough.
So,
Yeah. Speaking of people we cared about dying, we were supposed to apparently get a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer this past Saturday, but it was
mhm.
some complication happened and it wasn't actually released to the public. It was apparently shown in some kind of fan event in Brazil where Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal actually like went to in person and showed the trailer, but it hasn't. It's not apparently not going to be released to the public until rumors are saying December 18th. So there's that.
So much. I almost don't want to see it because, like I know it's not gonna ruin anything, but it's kind of like we're still in the world of everyone's dead in
Yeah,
the MCU. So it's like don't show us trailers for Spider-Man like before they actually bring him back.
yeah, but like I understand kind of why they're. I mean, they need to show this trailer, relatively soon because the movie's coming out only 3 months after Avengers, so they can't
Right.
show the first trailer, after Avengers because that would be too close to the movie's release. But at the same time, Sony is apparently still doing the marketing for this movie, and they have a bad habit of showing, you know, everything in their trailers.
Hmm.
like you pretty much saw beat for beat what Spider-Man: Homecoming was going to be. It was still a great movie. I still loved it, but like you still kind of knew what was going to happen just by watching that first trailer. But so maybe it'll be best to kind of maybe stay away from this trailer unless someone tells you it doesn't spoil anything. But I don't know.
But I don't think they would totally spoil like nothing like MCU big, like nothing like Avengers
Yeah,
big or anything by any means in the trailer.
yeah. Apparently, one little tidbit that John Favreau himself confirmed is that apparently Happy and Aunt May are gonna have some kind of romance going on during this movie.
What? Oh,
Like I like both those characters just fine, but like that's I don't know if we
no.
wanted that or
I
need
don't know.
that.
I'd have to see it. I'd have to see it because if it's funny, I'll go with it. But I feel like it's just gonna be awkward. But I think it would also be funny.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Peter's reaction would be like, "What? No."
But yeah, maybe on December 18th if that does come out, you know, I just really hope they don't show the entire movie in that first trailer like they did with Venom and
Yeah.
Homecoming. Just please don't. Because in Venom they showed the
Yeah.
last shot of the
Yeah.
movie in that second trailer. It's like, what are you doing? Why?
It's the best part. But
I mean, yeah.
no, that's fun. I mean, that's fun. I mean, he had to get people to go see it, so.
Yeah, so you show the very end of the movie. Whatever. Now, in other nerd news, time for our Game Awards announcements roundup thing. So, starting off with probably the announcement that like I myself wasn't, super excited about, but like I could tell this was like an important announcement. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how Fallout 76 is not good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the head developer of Fallout New Vegas, who isn't with Bethesda anymore, and the original creator of Fallout are teaming up to make The Outer Worlds, which is another, post-apocalyptic, essentially the a Fallout game by the Fallout creators who know how to make a Fallout game that's not called Fallout, and it looks pretty good. Essentially, a
Okay.
situation where like you can't do it, so I guess we gotta come back and do it ourselves.
I guess it's like, fine, we'll fix it because no one else knows how. I mean, as long as that results in us getting good games, I
Yeah.
mean, do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Going along with the post-apocalyptic uh, theme, Far Cry New Dawn did come out and announce their post-apocalyptic Far Cry experience, which, I mean, it all. I could see some people kind of complain that after this Game Awards, because there was like four post-apocalyptic games announced that this, or at least like shown off at this Game Awards, and like I could kind of see where they're coming from, but like as long as each game is fun, as long as there's new things in each game, I personally don't really see a problem with it. Like Far Cry in a post-apocalyptic universe is the new format for the Far Cry game. So I personally don't really see a problem with that. So yeah, it looks
Mhm.
again it looks better than Fallout 76, which is really all we can ask for.
Yeah. It's like, just do it well, and I'm not mad, you know?
Mm-hmm. Probably um my favorite not Nintendo announcement at E3 at this at the Game Awards. Ed Boon, the creator of World Combat, he came out on stage to announce the winner of best sports slash racing game. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, like Ed Boon, why are you announcing best sports slash racing game? Like, why aren't you doing the best fighting game or best, this kind of seems not really in your wheelhouse, but whatever.
Right.
So then, he said, and the winner is, and then like or like he was like, here are your nominees. And instead of showing the nominee trailer, it showed a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11.
Mhm. It's very much a curveball, but no one complaining.
And Just like in the Mortal Kombat X trailer when Scorpion fought Sub Zero, in this trailer it's Raiden fighting Scorpion, and it was a pretty good trailer. It showed off, some like some new mechanics. It showed just like their new fighting style and whatnot, with Raiden actually defeating Scorpion, but then a classic styled Scorpion from like the '90s like walked up behind him and just wasted Raiden right after that. So which I'm not entirely sure what that means. Maybe it'll be like some kind of like merged timeline type thing. Because after Mortal Kombat 9, that was basically like a reboot of the franchise and like leaving with like all new designs for all these characters. So I'm thinking maybe like the new characters and the old characters, or like something happens when like their timelines merge, or like uh or they're like reverting back to their old selves, just something like that. Regardless of how they do it, I think it could be pretty interesting. The only problem is in basic new age fighting game format, the main villain, Shao Kahn, is locked behind pre-order DLC. Like, okay,
Gross.
Goro, Goro from Mortal Kombat 10 was one thing. He's a big four-armed guy. Like that's one thing. He's still an important character to the franchise, but he's not like the villain. So like it's fine, whatever. He's just a cool character to get with when you pre-order it or just buy him later, whatever. But Shao Kahn's gonna be the main villain of this game. How do you lock him behind a
Yeah,
paywall? It's stupid.
because now they're gonna force everyone to fork over even more money.
Yeah, just like just like with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they locked Sigma, one of the main villains of the story mode, behind pre-order DLC. It's like, what are you doing?
And like
How does any
everyone's
of the
gonna have
story make?
trouble fighting against him, so it's like, oh, I need one of those characters so bad. It's like, oh well, if you want
Yeah, but like what? How?
them.
Actually, that game was even more egregious because they also had Black Panther and a Monster Hunter also be DLC when they were also pretty significant portions of the story.
Right.
Like why? But why? How?
Confusion, but
How are they in the game if they're downloadable content? That doesn't make any sense.
how they want to make more money off of us. So,
But like
ugh,
what?
is
But
there?
people are gonna buy the game regardless. Why make certain pivotal characters to your fighting game, which is really all your fighting game is? Why make that pre-order bonus? Have like skins or like at worst an extra mode or something DLC, but not like the main reason you're buying this game to play with these characters. That just anyone who was gonna buy it is
Making
gonna buy it
money.
regardless, and anyone who's on the edge might not buy it knowing that you have to pay for this extra character. It's just
Yeah. See,
whatever.
but they know enough. They know enough people are gonna want those characters that they're gonna just bite the bullet and go for it.
Yeah,
And that's
whatever.
all they
It's
care about.
yeah. Regardless, that cinematic trailer also looked really good. I'm always interested to see how the new and classic characters interact with each other. And it's coming out, I think it was April 23rd next year. So it's coming pretty soon. So if you like Mortal Kombat, it's there for you. And I know the announcement you're probably most excited about, the Crash Team Racing Remastered, was confirmed real.
Mm, that junk looks. I don't know. It looks good. It doesn't look as good I was expecting
Mm-hmm.
because like they have redone most of them. I think they've redone all the tracks. I don't know if there's any new ones or not,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, from what I've seen, it looks good.
Yeah.
I am excited about it because like me and my brother have been talking about that for like years. We're like, dude, they need to make another Crash Team Racing game, you know? And I'm like, yeah, dude, the game was so good. And now I really, really hope the driving mechanics are the same because what it's called the power sliding like
Mm,
way of driving was like really effective and it was a really good driving mechanic. And
yeah.
I really hope they keep that because that was one of the best reasons the game was so much fun.
Yeah. And like power sliding is still a mainstay in Mario Kart. So it would make sense that
Exactly.
they kept it for that. Yeah. It's essentially remastered in the same way that the Crash Insane trilogy was, like the
Yeah.
same basic style thing and the same engine and whatnot. So like you like the aesthetic of the Crash trilogy remake, then you'll like this game just fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just basically, I mean, what the people want, they just want you to make the same game, update the platform, but just leave everything else. Just don't touch it.
Hmm.
That's just how we want these games to be.
Yeah,
Just
add some
don't mess
online
with
modes. Just go
anything.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe add a character here and there, but like don't take any away. Just
Yeah.
make it. Don't break anything.
Hmm. And in my humble opinion, this was a really good night for me because like all of not every game I just listed, but like most of the games announced were also coming to Nintendo Switch. This is the first time Mortal Kombat is coming to a Nintendo platform
Hmm.
since I think the N64. Crash Team Racing is finally coming to a Nintendo platform.
Yes.
Also, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The
Hmm.
Black Order,
Hmm. You were
exclusively for Switch.
you were super
Like,
excited about that.
I. This okay. Let me just run through like exactly my thoughts going into this trailer. Like, so Jeff Keighley was on stage saying like we have a lot more announcements to cover and like some you expect, some you don't expect. This next one is one you'll never see coming. And then it went to the screen. The Switch logo came on. I was like, okay, Switch, I'm here for this. And then it showed Nebula talking to the Guardians, and I was like, okay, it's a Guardians game. They're not my favorite heroes, but still Marvel stuff. Maybe it's that the second season of that Guardians Telltale series, or maybe it's a brand new Guardians game. And then the lady from the Black Order showed up, which I didn't recognize her at first, but like I recognize her now. Like okay, new villains, that's cool. And then Iron Man showed up. I was like, okay, Iron Man is in this Guardians game. That was literally my first thought. I didn't put it together that it was an Avenger. Like Iron Man's in this Guardians game. Okay, and then Hulk and Spider Man like, oh, okay, we got more. Looking like more so like an Avengers style game. And then it
Mhm.
showed gameplay of it being like a kind of top down 3D action beat 'em up. I was like, okay, cool, like an Avengers style 3D action game. It was like, oh, that's similar to
I've
oh,
seen
this is
somewhere
similar to
before.
Ultimate Alliance 2. Oh, oh, and then it showed the title. I literally did one of these. I literally did, I literally gasped and did a little squeal. Like it was just seeing that logo. It was real. Ultimate Alliance 3. When like I played the mess out of Ultimate Alliance 2. That was one of those games that like I would always go over to one of my friend's house like
Mhm.
once or twice a month just to play it with him. Like I oh like I and I texted that friend immediately after it was announced like dude this game the third one's coming out like I thought of you as soon as I saw the trailer like that brought back so many memories just seeing that title Ultimate Alliance 3 finally coming out after over almost I think it's 10 years later is insane.
Mhm.
So that that was probably the most hyped I was all night. Like there was one other thing I was probably about as equally as hype, but this in particular just it's something that like I would never have even like considered asking for. Like Ultimate Alliance 2 is a game that like I loved playing when I was younger, but like it's not something if you ask me, oh, what's a sequel to a dead franchise, what do you like to see? That's not one that would come to mind. But now that it's here, I'm
Right.
like, yes, give it to
Like,
me.
yeah, it's the thing you wanted, but you didn't think to ask for, and then
Yeah.
there was like, oh, don't worry, we got you.
I
You're
didn't I didn't
welcome.
know I
Didn't ask
wanted
for
this so
thank you.
much. But yeah. And yeah, if I really hope it comes out kind of like next May or at the latest June, July, because like if they
Mhm.
ride the hype of Avengers Endgame, like oh that'll be so perfect.
Yeah, be right in the like Marvel movie pocket between like Captain Marvel and the Endgame, and then Spider-Man coming later. Like get
Just be
right in that
somewhere in
pocket.
there.
That'd be perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and and plus like right before summer too, so that's when
Hmm.
sales tend to be up too. So like
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
yeah. Oh, and also I love that like even though any of the X-Men and Fantastic Four didn't show up in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they do have Wolverine at least. I think they fought Doctor
Oh
Doom at
yeah.
one point, like for a second in the trailer. So like we are getting some more Marvel characters than just the MCU
Mm.
people. Like
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that.
yeah, because I feel like a lot of the like non-MCU characters have been like slept on lately in the Marvel
Hmm.
universe, despite being really cool. Especially like really the X-Men lately have been kind of
Yeah,
slept on in my opinion.
yeah.
It's like I used to think like other than Spider-Man, I used to think of the X-Men like first thing when I thought about Marvel, but now
Hmm.
it's kind of like oh, I'm like oh yeah, the X-Men exist.
Yeah, because like you
But like
because all the X-Men movies are by Fox, you just kind of
yeah,
dissociate them from the Marvel stuff. So
exactly.
yeah, and I do really appreciate
And
that.
even though they do have like Scarlet Witch in them.
Yeah, but like I never really thought about Scarlet Witch really at all before before Avengers 2. Like I never like associated her with X-Men in the first place. So that might just
Yeah.
be me, but yeah. And then Quicksilver died, so I just kind of
Hmm.
you know she's an Avenger now
Yeah,
in
I
my
kind of
head.
forgot about him.
And I do really appreciate that even though this game is called Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, it's still doing more than just Thanos stuff. It's still doing more than just Black Order. There was still Sentinels. There was Ultron stuff. The Kingpin showed up in one scene. I think Doctor
Mhm.
Doom was showed up in one scene. Like,
Ooh.
there's gonna be more than just Thanos is coming. We have to stop him. There's like probably some other villains are gonna be aligned with him. Other villains are gonna like be like, oh, Thanos is happening now. In the chaos, I'm going to also strike and finally take down the Avengers once for all. That type of thing. There are many different ways this could go. Like, oh, I'm very excited for this game,
Mm.
and like I would be excited for this game even if it wasn't coming exclusively for Switch. But since it is coming to Switch, like the fact that it's coming to Switch at all makes me like infinitely more excited. But the fact that it's exclusive, it's gonna means that there's gonna be a lot of petty fanboys upset at that, and there actually already has been one, petition to bring Switch, or there's a petition to bring Ultimate Alliance 3 over to Xbox and PS4 because there's always petitions like that when this comes out. But like, it just gives me I don't know a sense of pride or whatever. Like the system I have is getting this game. I've always not knowing I wanted, but I've always wanted it. Just it
Of course.
yeah, it's exciting. And last but not least, the last surprise, if you will, um of the Game Awards. Joker from Persona 5 is DLC for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Which do you know anything about Persona 5? Just curious.
Not really. No, I've heard it's a really, really good
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
but I don't really know anything about it.
Okay. Oh, when I said last surprise, that was a reference to one of the songs in the game. Just
Of course it is.
um,
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I would never have gotten that.
okay. Like the in perspective, Persona 5 is a Sony or Persona series in general has always been a PlayStation exclusive. There's been like spin-off games that have been on other things, but like the mainline Persona series is Sony exclusive. So like even though Persona 5 was really good and really big, and some people have been speculating that the main character from that game might be in Smash Bros. There was never it was never like, oh yes, he's going to get in. It was more so, I don't think that'll happen because he's a Sony character essentially. So when I saw like Persona 5 stuff appearing on screen, my instant thought was, oh, Persona 5 is coming to Switch, which that didn't end up happening. But still, like in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, Persona 5 is coming to Switch. But like tied with that, oh, that could mean Joker from that game is also coming to Smash Bros. But it ended up just being Joker from Persona 5 is coming to Smash Bros. So like, hey,
That is
whatever.
awesome. I mean, more to the party. Why not?
Yeah. Like, and my roommate, like his that Persona 5 is his favorite, like one of his favorite games. Like Smash Bros is one of his favorite games. So like, I was freaking out for him. He was freaking out next to me. Like it was a fun time just watching that happen. Just something you again, just like Ultimate Alliance 3 was something that you never expected to happen,
Mhm.
or what you weren't
But you're
really
so
thinking about
glad
it.
it
Just
did.
yeah, I'm so glad it is.
It's like I never wanted something. I knew I wanted something so much until
Mhm.
it was given to
Yeah,
me.
and also, um, Smash Bros. Ultimate, its soundtrack is already like the greatest soundtrack of any game ever, since it has songs from every game ever in it. But like Persona 5, it legitimately has one of the best soundtracks. Period. Like as far as like original songs go,
Mm.
and since some of those songs are now gonna be playable in the stage in the Persona 5 stage that'll be in Smash Ultimate, just makes the Smash Ultimate soundtrack just god tier because
Ain't that much better.
yeah. Yeah, needless to say, I'm very excited for anything
A
Smash
little
Bros. Related,
excited.
and yeah,
A little excited, just a
I think I already
tad.
have the season pass for Smash Bros. So he's already I already have him. So
Nice.
now, time for the last nerd clash of the season. So this one's going to be a little more speculative because, um, in our absence, there will be three big movies coming out in December. The three biggest movies will be Aquaman, Into the Spider Verse, and Bumblebee. So
Mm.
here are the two criteria. Which do we think will review the best, and which do we think will do the best at the box office?
Um, I think review the best. I think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be Aquaman, and I'm gonna here's because they have a like. When we think review, you mean like Rotten Tomatoes and like
Yeah,
IMDb and stuff
yeah,
like
Rotten
that, or
Tomatoes.
just like I feel like Aquaman. I don't think Aquaman's gonna be that too because like DC movies have not really done well in terms of those sort of ranking systems, and
Yeah,
for good reason.
I
So I
think
mean,
Wonder Woman's the
yeah.
highest at
So
like
I feel like that
76, 70 something. Which like, Wonder
right,
Woman's a
and
great movie. I
and
think
that
it should be
was
higher than that, but like
yeah. But I
still, their
mean,
best
that
movie
was
is
like
not.
way. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, like the next best movie in that guy is like here
I think
compared
Man
to
of
Wonder
Steel
Woman up
in the
here. So
50s.
like,
Like, yeah, that's bad.
yeah. So like, and that's like the best, right? So like,
Mm.
probably not gonna do too great there. The Spider-Verse, I think, is gonna be a great movie, but something about it being animated, I feel is really gonna make it suffer, and that's the thing.
Animated
I
movies
don't
tend to
know.
get a little bit of a bias when it comes to reviews. Like generally, it seems like whenever an animated movie comes out, like I think Incredibles had like a 97. Uh,
Mhm.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 is also pretty high. Like animated movies, even when they're like subpar or like not as
Get like
good
an
as they
extra
maybe should
point.
have been. Like my opinion, Incredibles 2 was a great movie, my opinion, but like it wasn't necessarily as good as we've been building it up for the past 14 years. But still, like it having like a 90 something around tomato, that's still maybe a little
A
higher
little
than I think it
much.
should be, but that's still
Yeah.
still like I
I feel
think
like
that could easily translate to Spider Verse
yeah.
potentially also.
Yeah, I know.
You
And I
don't
feel
get
like a
to.
lot of that. I feel like a lot of times, like especially with like Incredibles, a lot of times that could also be hype. They're still riding off of
Yeah,
those ratings because like everyone wanted to see that movie. They were super excited for that movie.
yeah,
So like you almost feel bad not ranking it as high as you want. But I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. It does look good though. It has, from what I've seen, it already has some funny moments too, which I
Mm,
think that's gonna really gonna get people going. Then Bumble, yeah, and then Bumblebee. Oh, the Bumblebee looks good.
yeah.
I will say, like
Way
as
better than
far
the
as
other
Transformers
Bayformer
movies
movies. Like
go,
leaps and bounds
yeah, oh
better than
yeah,
those.
like oh yeah, like for me, because I'm over Transformers. I'm done with Transformers movies personally. But I saw this one and I'm like, okay, this one actually looks okay. Like if I was gonna get back into the Transformers movie, I'm
Mm,
not. But if I was going
yeah,
to, this would be the one.
yeah,
But I don't know. The newer trailer does look way better than the first
mm,
one too. So like
yeah.
I'm much less worried about it
Mm.
being what I said, Kirby fully loaded for the
Like
first
one
time.
reviewer actually paralleled it strongly to ET, like shot for shot. A
Mm,
lot of it is like beat for beat ET, but with Bumblebee, which could be in his favor if
yeah.
the Bay former movies, their stories were trash. So if you're like, what, we'll just play it safe. We'll just copy another movie where an alien came in from space and had to
A
hide it from
great
the
movie,
government.
yeah.
Like, okay, I'm fine with that. If it works.
Sure. Yeah, they can make it work. Yeah, but if I had to call, I think Into the Spider-Verse would probably be the best in terms of. Honestly, probably maybe both. I'm not sure. Like, I think in terms of making money, I think maybe the Bumblebee might do the best, just like because it has I don't know, just I don't know, it might just get a little more of an edge because I think
Mm.
Aquaman's gonna start and then dip,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
But I don't think I think Bumblebee's gonna kind of like just kind of start okay and just kind of
Mm.
stay there. So I think that might give the edge in terms of actually doing well in money. But I think Into the Spider-Verse is gonna get maybe reviewed the best, I guess.
Yeah. To put this in perspective, both Bumblebee and Into the Spider Verse, with early reviews, are both sitting at 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. So there's
Oof.
that. Well, I think at least one of those is going to go down quite a bit. I think Spider Verse
Oh
will
yeah.
stay,
Oh yeah.
in the 90s. Bumblebee, I think, might
Higher.
like low 90s at the best. But
80s maybe
Aquaman, I'd be
probably. Yeah.
surprised if it's above 60. It's just because it's DC. I just don't know
Yeah,
if
we'll have
people
to
are
see.
too
I
excited
don't
for it.
know. It has some potential, but Aquaman's already not the most beloved DC character by any means.
Yeah,
And
meaning if
unless
this
the
movie is
story is
actually
either just
good,
banging.
they'll review it higher. I feel if it like defies expectations and it's actually good, they might rank it higher. Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it potentially that could work in its favor, but it would have to be pretty solid in order to achieve those points.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as box office goes, it's apparently already released in China, and it made 93 million opening weekend. One of those two.
Hmm.
Regardless, um, it it made 93 million opening day. I'll just say opening day. That's a whole Justice League opening weekend domestic in America in one day in China. So that was just in China. So like it might it would be hard for Aquaman to not beat Aquaman. I'm sorry, Aquaman to not beat Justice League, but like not saying a whole lot.
Hmm.
While at the
Yeah,
same time,
Justice did not.
every single Transformers movie has actually done better with every movie in China. Like, um,
Yeah,
uh,
I don't do
The
that.
Last Night did way worse in America, but way better in China than it did the previous one. So Bumblebee could kind of ride
Hmm.
high on that. Only 2 years,
Yeah,
actually, yeah, only one
it's
year
been a
after the
while.
last
It's been a
Transformer movie.
while.
So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
Has it really? Wait, how
Transformers. I think
long was
Last
the
Night
last
made like
Transformer?
1.2 billion overall because it just did insane in China.
Hmm. Must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as far as box office goes, unfortunately, I think it will be between those two because
Hmm.
for some reason animated movies just don't seem to do as good in China. Like Incredibles 2, I think it broke some record recently, but like again, we already said that kind of had some nostalgia factor
Hmm.
going into it. I just don't know if Spider Verse will have that same mass appeal that Incredibles 2 did. So I think it will be between Aquaman and Bumblebee for uh for box office. Although I would love if it were Spider Verse, but I think it'll be between those two.
Yeah.
My money would be on
Listen,
Bumblebee.
yeah, I feel like bigger budget too. Yeah, I think Bumblebee. Cause, well, yeah, because I feel like here, I don't think Aquaman's gonna do it very well, just because
Yeah,
people already aren't really
too
into the
excited.
DC universe at this point. It's
Yeah,
Aquaman, so like, I mean, this is, I know they're trying to play off the whole talk to fish guy, and they try to make it look cool by putting Jason Momoa and all that stuff, but like,
and like I love Jason Momoa, but
still.
like you can only do so much to you can only do so much.
Yeah, and he wasn't really that great in Justice League, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So yeah, I'm
we'll
hoping
figure it
all
out.
three of these movies are gonna be good. But if I were to only see two, I would see Bumblebee and Fireburst. I wouldn't bother with Aquaman. But if I were to see all three, like I'm hoping they're all good. I just don't have as much
Yeah,
faith in Aquaman as
that's
I do the other
fair.
two.
See, I don't either, but I still just kind of want to see it just in case.
Mm,
I want to get my own like opinion of it instead
yeah.
of just like writing off the reviews first. Because
Mm,
if I hear from the reviews it's awful and then go to see it, I'm just gonna go in with a negative mindset. So I kind of want to get my kind of like what I did with Venom. I kind of saw it
mm,
relatively close to when it came out,
yeah.
so I kind of formed my own opinion. Like it
Mm,
still wasn't like I wasn't like I'm not like oh Venom's great. Don't care what the haters say. No, I'm like and I hear the reviews like I'm like that's about right.
yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, actually, now I'm thinking about it. If I were to see two movies in December, it would be Spider Verse and Once Upon a Deadpool. But if I were to see
Oh,
four, it
true.
would be those four.
There you go. Once Upon a Deadpool. That I gotta see that
Yeah.
one.
And also, Once Upon a Deadpool, $1 of every ticket is going to some charity of Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds choosing. So you kind of, you know,
well, there you.
you should probably see it just for that purpose alone. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I'm helping people by watching this terribly
exactly.
inappropriate movie.
Hey, it's PG-13,
It's
so
what
it's not going to be
I'm
as
doing my
inappropriate.
part.
Not going to
There
be
you
as inappropriate.
there you go. See, it's better, and I'm helping my community. So
Mm-hmm.
like I'd be doing a disservice not to
Yeah,
see this movie. Actually,
yeah. Bring your kids there
that's
if you
even
don't
better.
actually have them. Just your niece or
Bring
nephew.
your
Just you know.
kids. Oh, whoa. A little much there. Just a tad over the line, my friend.
Okay, so before we sign off for the year, is there anything you want to touch on from this podcast or the from 2018 in general? Is there anything you want to you know
It's
bring
been a
up?
good year, dude. It's been
Yeah,
a good year.
honestly, yeah.
Between, I mean, let's look back. I mean, between what, Black Panther, we had Infinity War, we had a bunch of great games.
This past
God of
E3
War,
I
we
thought
had.
was pretty good. Um,
Oh, dude, E3 was insane this year.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You got
okay.
Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was one movie in
That was pretty good.
July. Maybe not. Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was fine.
Ant-Man. Trying to think. There's something. There was a bunch of big movies this year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Was there was Solo, which I didn't really. I
still haven't
never did
seen.
see Solo.
Yeah.
I heard it did good.
Mm,
Or not good, but I mean, I heard it was okay. It
yeah,
wasn't that good,
yeah.
but I still wanted to see Donald Glover.
Mm,
If
yeah.
not,
I'll get
the
around
only
to it
reason I was doing
eventually.
movie,
Like it'll.
right?
I get around to it eventually. Um,
Yeah,
like yeah,
yeah.
said
Great
Deadpool
movies this
2,
year.
new
Great
Smash
games.
game came out, which
That's one.
uh,
This
announced
thing,
and
I mean,
released this
Smash, Red
year.
Dead
Like
2.
Red Dead 2,
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man, God
Spider-Man
of
came
War.
out. Uh, Dude, it's been a good year, dude. And like, but then I look at 2019, dude.
Yeah,
2018 looks kind of small next to 2019 when you think about it, dude.
yeah.
I remember at the beginning of this year, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be huge. I'm like, man, and now this year, dude.
I wasn't
I
considering the
mean,
fact that we
let's look.
got Captain Marvel, and if we're just listing Disney stuff, Captain Marvel,
Oh my god.
Endgame, Spider-Man 2, Frozen 2, Lion King, Dumbo, Aladdin,
I
Toy
mean, Toy
Story
Story
4 for some
4,
reason.
Shazam's supposed to be coming out. That looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, obviously another Star Wars movie, Lego movie too. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff coming out next year, movie wise.
Dark
Frozen 2
Phoenix
for whatever
is still
reason.
coming.
Dark,
That
I mean,
might, that could be
Detective
something.
Pokemon. Or
I Detective Pikachu, yeah,
Detective
that's also
Pokemon,
coming out next year.
Detective Pikachu. So that looks really good. I mean, there's a lot of movies coming out, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I'm excited. And, like, I mean, games. I mean, I know you know what I'm ready for next year in terms of video games. So,
yeah,
like, I have to say it. But, man, like,
yeah.
and that's in January. Too. So,
Oh
like,
my
I'm going to be on
gosh.
that all. I'm going to be on
There's
that
like
all year.
3 games coming out that week. I think New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil 2
Mhm.
remake. I think there's one other like kind of big one coming out that week. And we got Devil May Cry 5 coming out in March. Anthem is apparently coming out sometime. Mortal Kombat 11, Ultimate Alliance 3, Crash Team Racing. Like there's all the
Oh,
Smash
yeah.
DLC is coming out, but before like the next February, it's like we're pretty
Hmm.
good on
Dude,
entertainment for a while.
it's, I, it's gonna be ridiculous,
Mhm.
dude. Like, it's, And I'm fine, and I'm so happy about it.
Hmm.
They're everywhere. I'm just like, yes, more, more. Like you really can't. I mean, I don't know. Like you really can't go wrong with all this stuff. More combat, touch team race. Like I'm just looking at
The
this
new Luigi's
list.
Mansion, maybe
Oh
Metroid Prime 4, new Pokemon, Animal Crossing. Like, I'm good. That's all I've ever wanted
yeah,
right
dude.
there.
Like, I'm, and more, honestly. I mean, all these games. Like, I'm looking at this list right now, and like, whoa,
Of just video games.
man. Yes, dude. I mean,
Hmm.
all there's so many games supposed to be coming out, dude. I mean,
Yeah, next
uh,
year's gonna be good. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back next year and
2019 is
diving
gonna be
into all
huge.
of that.
Dude, the gaming scene is gonna be ridiculous, and
Yeah.
the movie scene, and just
Hmm.
entertainment next year is
You're
gonna
gonna
be
have time to
ridiculous.
do it all.
I'll make time, dude. I mean, that's the thing. You gotta pick your priorities and then
Hmm.
just go with it. Like,
Like
you know,
it's
you
so
can't. You
annoying
gotta
that
pick the
like
right game.
video games is such an expensive hobby. Games are $60. Like Crash
That's
Team
why you
Racing might
gotta
be 40,
choose
but
which
still
one.
that's money.
That's yeah, pretty expensive. I mean, it's not like, but like that's the thing, dude. Like, you gotta just pick your games and be like, all right, this one, that like you gotta know which ones you want for sure, and then
Hmm.
like, because like you know what comes out, like I'm getting that any DLC, all like everything. I have to get everything because I
Of
have to
course.
know how it ends. And so it's like, oh, but then if I do that, I can't get anything else for like a couple months.
Uh-huh.
That's not going to be up to like, that's going to be some money for
Hmm.
sure. So like, it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, but I got with the way Square does with their games, like there's probably going to be Kingdom Hearts 3 Part 2 when like some
Okay.
stupid or
3.5 or
but
whatever.
oh oh, dude. Oh jeez, but no, dude, it's gonna be amazing, dude. I'm so excited. Oh, it's gonna be so.
Hmm.
Oh, dude, Kingdom Hearts. I'm getting goosebumps, dude. I'm so
I'm
excited.
expecting a comprehensive review from you early next year at some point.
Bruh. Like the first week of February, I will let you know how it is. Like I'll get some game in for a week, and
Hmm.
I'll let you know. I'll be like, dude,
Got it.
let me explain. Just go through the story completely. You're just
I
like,
understood
okay,
none of
yeah,
that, but you
that
had a good
sounds
time,
intense.
so I'll just listen.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's the verse come back, and you're just like, what?
Okay.
I thought
Just
they
do
were
as
the
soon as it's
bad
still
guys. No,
time.
no, no. They're
Okay.
the bad guys, but these are the real bad. Yeah. No,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
no. He's just a clone. He's a time remnant. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Uh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah.
such a good
Next
story.
year's gonna be good. Yeah.
Next year's intense.
Okay. And with all that said, we will see you all next year.
Take care, y'all.